Welcome, I'm Cassandra, and this is your general forecast for September 2018. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So I'd like to take just a moment to apologize to those who do watch my readings every month. As I did not post last month, I got sick at the end of July, and the first day I actually started to feel well was on August 12th, and I just kind of figured by that time it was just too late to start. So I just figured I'd take the rest of the month and just, take it easy, find my balance, find my energy again, and I'm restored, so I am back. And enough about me. Without further ado, let's jump in. This is about you, so just wanted to apologize. Okay, so for our first card, this is Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Risings. We have the Hanged Man here. So it looks like you guys might be feeling like you're suspended, like you're in a state of stasis, but it is one that is temporary. So it's kind of like you aren't moving, but you will be. Now, this card, it also speaks of a reversal of lifestyle is always a possibility, but most of all, this is a card of surrendering. This is a card of letting go of certain situations, maybe certain people, and we're surrendering, we're letting go, and we're ready for a new path, so to speak, because we want something with a higher purpose, with higher meaning. One could even say we want something that has more spiritual value, as opposed to just, the physical and the material. This is spiritual. Now, this is also a card of spiritual awakening. So for some of you, you could find yourselves having a bit more intuitions lately. Or, listening to that inner voice. Maybe it's, actually giving you some good information, or we could also say the gut feeling. But most of all, this is about, letting go of situations, or, a certain person, or, even a certain group of people. We're ready for a new start. And basically this is, a time out, so to speak, so that we can contemplate about this new direction in which we're going in. But most of all, this is a new direction that has a spiritual purpose to it. We want something more. We want something better. We want something with more value. Because just, the physical and the material side of things is just not enough anymore. So, now we are moving on. So this would be circumstances. So we have the Tower card. It's in the reversed position. So this is something has happened, okay? There was some sort of unexpected information that came through. Maybe there was an unexpected event that occurred for you. And it's definitely showing that the initial shock has wore off here. And perhaps maybe you guys are trying to start over. Perhaps maybe you're trying to rebuild. And, maybe even a few of you could still be trying to hang on to a situation that just doesn't serve us any good purpose anymore. So sometimes this is like we're trying to avoid the inevitable. But when we see this card, you know, if you're trying to hang on and cling to a situation that is not good for you, and this situation could have been, you know, it could have been something like a relationship, could be a romantic one, could be a platonic one. You know, it's like maybe some news comes out of the blue and then certain things just start breaking down. Maybe you find out about a deception. You know, maybe you find out about, you know, maybe someone had been cheating. It doesn't have to be on a grand, huge scale like that always. Sometimes it can be something that is, you know, minor in comparison, and sometimes we can see huge things with the Tower card. And it's always unexpected, so it's one of those things that is just hard to nail down on exactly what it was, because, you know, it's going to be different for everybody. But there's always an element of shock with this card, so something was shocking. Now, this thing that was shocking, it could have came up over the month of August. For some of you, it could have came up, you know, in the month of July. But this is definitely indicating that the initial shock has wore off. So either it's time to rebuild and move forward in our new direction, or it's time to see the writing on the wall, so to speak, and, you know, deal with things accordingly, because we can't escape the inevitable, and sometimes this comes up when someone is trying to cling to a situation that is done. You know, but this is also a card that clears the karmic slate, so to speak. But a lot of times it has something to do with family relationships or romantic relationships, marriages, but not always. So, okay, so it is clarified by the Queen of Wands in reverse. So, for some of you, this shock could have been maybe you got laid off. Maybe some of you might have lost your job. Maybe some of you were working on some sort of creative type of project, and maybe you got some shocking news or unexpected news that just inevitably postponed it, so that you have to restart. Now, with the Queen of Wands in reverse, she's been through a loss of some sort. So, this is where her more aggressive side can definitely come through. And sometimes she can be a little overbearing, bossy, pushy, maybe even a bit argumentative, and sometimes dramatic. But she is out of balance. Now, for some of you, this could be indicating, you know, a particular person in your life. And if it is indicating someone in your life that was a part of this unexpected, shocking news or situation, this could be male or female, okay? Yes, we see the Queen, but that, you know, that doesn't mean anything. It could be male or female. They could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but they don't have to be. Or this could just be your guys' energy. The shock has maybe caused you to lose potentially some self-esteem. Maybe you might be down on yourself. Maybe your self-confidence may be at a low point. And that is not where we want Aries to be. And you guys can't stay down for long. So yeah, something shocking's definitely happened. And I feel this shocking event here is definitely a big part of the first card, the Hanged Man. This shock, this situation is calling for us to, you know, surrender, let it go, let the situation go, let's surrender, and let's move forward with a new start, and one that actually has a higher purpose and a higher meaning for us. So this would be the focus card. So we have the Empress. So the Empress can be motherly type of energy. So for some of you, you know, your mother may be at the forefront. Maybe some of you could be receiving help from a woman. Again, this doesn't necessarily have to be a woman, because in this day and age, in modern times, you know, there are plenty of men who are nurturers as well. Of course, men cannot give physical birth to a child, but it's not always about giving birth to a physical child. Sometimes we can give birth to a concept, to an idea, you know. So it doesn't always have to be about physical birth. And there are men out here that are just as nurturing as some females out here. So, and then there are females out here that are, you know, a bit more masculine in nature, and that's okay. Now, the Empress, she always brings with her a harvest. Now, this harvest could be, you know, money. This harvest could be about love and support. So, typically, this is a card of our home life. It can also be our mother. It can also be a card of supportive women, or just in general supportive people, you know, in our life that want to help us. But the focus here is on creating. So for some of you, you might be focused on actually creating a child, or some of you just might be focused on, you know, let me have this home and family and relationship happiness. Or some of you could be like, hey, let me get that financial happiness. Let me get that job that I want. Let me get that money that I need to get, you know. But no matter what, the Empress is a harvest card. So, you know, whatever we're looking for, whether it be money or love, there's plenty of it. Okay, and so that is the focus. So we're either focused on, you know, either our relationship, you know, romantic, or, you know, family type relationship. We could be, you know, dealing with children. We could be dealing with our mother. We could be dealing with issues within the home. Now this card also, the Empress is very intuitive as well. The Hanged Man is very intuitive. That the Hanged Man is the spiritual awakening, so this is where we can see intuition really starting to flow. Now that's not going to resonate with all of you, okay? But for those of you who it resonates with, you'll get the message. So, but yes, this is actually a very wonderful energy. So the actual focus here is we're either focused on, the mother, the home life, maybe even the emotions, or we're focused on the financial side of things. There's some duality within this card. Okay. So to clarify, we get the moon in reverse, which just makes me think mom yet again, or females. But it doesn't have to be, because I do have plenty of men subscribers as well. Of course, majority of my subscribers are female, but But the moon in reverse, it's funny that the moon card comes out, but not really, because the moon is now in Aries. But when the moon card is in reverse here, this is more like a new moon. And when I see this card, this is the time to actually start setting new goals. But we want to set a goal that is, within range of us being able to achieve it. So, some of us could have some really lofty goals, but this would be the time to put out the intention, set that goal, put out that intention, and then, put the action behind it. Work towards achieving a goal. Because this, could be very, very fruitful. You might be able to achieve this goal and get a good pay or a good return. Now, this investment could be one that is emotional. It could be an emotional investment, or for some of you, it could be, a financial type of goal and investment. But with these two cards together, it's good. Now, with the moon in reverse, this definitely indicates that there is not any deception coming from others. If there was some sort of deception in the past here, it's been revealed. So all truth has come to the light. Now, sometimes we can see self-deception with the moon in reverse. So when you do decide to perhaps, choose a goal that you want to go after, don't allow yourself to fall for self-deception, in regards to setting a goal. Don't lie to yourself about, okay, yeah, I can actually make this goal happen. Well, we can say that, but we actually have to put, once we set the goal and put that intention out, we have to then put action behind it. We have to be able to do something action-wise towards achieving the goal. Because we can make goals all day long, okay? But if we don't put action behind those goals, that's what we call wishful thinking. And I just don't want anybody falling prey for self-deception. Now, a lot of times with the moon card, when I see the moon card, doesn't matter if it's upright or reversed. Sometimes we get this card when we know that there's a major shift that's coming. It's kind of like you just feel it, or you just know that there's a big change coming. And the moon card will pop out to be an indicator to say, absolutely, there is a big change that's coming. There is a major shift that's coming. And it looks like one that is going to be very fruitful. One that is, will be successful. Just don't deceive yourself, and we'll be okay. And another thing that could be said about this is if this had to do with like a romantic relationship, Don't deceive yourself by thinking, oh, I can forgive. Everything will be alright. They won't do it again. Please don't deceive yourself. Be brutally honest with yourself. You know, this is why I like Aries energy, because typically you guys are brutally honest with other people. Just make sure you're brutally honest with yourself. I don't want you guys getting caught up in that whole trap of thinking that, you know, oh, this person will change, you know, they won't do it again, you know. Now, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but, you know, for those of you where, you know, this was about a particular relationship of sorts, you know, it could be a romantic relationship, it could be, you know, a friendship. Just be careful, you know, because the change is, you know, it's happening. You know, the new start, it's much needed, okay? And I think you guys realize that. And it's going to be positive, because that is the focus for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Our focus is, you know, we want to be fruitful. We want this harvest, you know, whether it's, you know, within love or, you know, the financial material realm. We want that happiness. We want to achieve, you know, these goals. And we're being given a new start. Sometimes when we have to start new, sometimes there can be a little bit of fear. You don't want to allow that fear to get a hold of you, because this is going to be good for you, okay? The Empress is a very good card. And so to me, when I'm looking at this, it seems, it's actually screaming to me that it's really a good thing. It's a beneficial new start. You know, it's a beneficial change. Now, not to say that, you know, there won't be some bumps along the road, but the result is one that is beneficial. Now, this would be the recent past. We had the World card, so this is, you know, us learning a lot of karmic lessons, you know, especially with that Tower. That Tower is a karmic lesson, and with it being in the reverse, it's completed. The slate has been cleared. So we have the World here, and this is, you know, saying, hey, you have been through your lessons, you have graduated, so to speak. So whatever you desire can be yours. But again, you know, we have to put action behind it. Wishful thinking alone is not enough. What's the saying? Faith without action is useless. Yeah. There has to be action. But this is a good card, you know. Very, very good card. It's a card of karmic rewards. Now, for the present, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. So, this card is about returning from a spirit quest. When this card is in the upright position, that's when we're walking away from a situation. We're ready to go out and explore. We want to see, is the grass greener on the other side of this mountain? You know, I'm ready to go explore things, you know. So we take off in Spirit Quest. Now when the Eight of Cups reverses, this is a return back to the physical and the material world. Now, sometimes this can indicate that someone from your past could reemerge. Sometimes this can be, a relationship that you might have walked away from and left. And then the possibility of going back. But it doesn't have to be. It's just, that's one possibility. Now, this card has to do with returning back to the physical world and the material world after we've been on that spirit quest. So this is a card where we are definitely finding our passion for the physical and material world again. So under this energy, it is possible to potentially end up meeting a new love interest, or an old one could come back, reemerge. There's always that possibility, but there's always the possibility of a new person of interest. We can also make new friends, make new connections with this particular card. So we're back to the physical world, baby. We're ready to enjoy. We're ready to enjoy the finer things that, the physical and the material side of the world can offer us. Okay. So it's clarified by Judgment. So anytime the Judgment card pops up, it's like, whoa, okay. Judgment is a decision in which we have to make that is going to have a major effect on the on the rest of our life. So it's like, it's not a decision that you can make and then undo so quickly. So it's like, it's a decision that once we make it, this can be the type of decision that changes our life. Sometimes for the better. Sometimes it can be not as great as we hoped or planned on it to be, but with Judgment in the upright position, this is a good thing, because this definitely indicates that you are seeing the true nature of the situation, so you understand what's going on and you can make your decision. Trust me, this is a lot better in the upright position than it is in the reverse. So you were able to see the true nature of your situation at present, and you have a decision to make, and this decision is one that has, long-term effects. It can shape the way, it will shape our future, inevitably. So we want to make sure that we're making the right choice for where we are right now in our life. And again, only you know what's best for you, and you know what choice will be right for you. So don't ignore that. Go with your gut and do what you know is right for you. Make the choice that you know is right for you. You don't have to take my advice. I always say, we have free will here. I just want you guys to make the decisions that you feel are best for you at the end of the day, because that's what it's about. Everyone's on their own personal journey, and not every single Aries sun, Aries moon, and Aries rising is the same, and our journeys are not the same. Sure, we have some similar energy, but these situations manifest differently for all of us, you know, because our journey is unique. So again, only you know what's right for you, so just make the right choice for where you are at this point in time. Now, something else that could be said is Judgment is, it's like a new awareness. And it can also be about improving your health, or in general your well-being. But no matter what, you know, when we see the Judgment card, this is about, you know, having desire for something better than what you've had, which really resonates here with the Hanged Man as well. So it's like, you know, I'm really tired of, you know, these types of things. I want something with higher purpose, higher meaning. Could also indicate, you know, renewed energy. So, you know, again, you know, this could be about, you know, people from our past that reemerge. But, you know, this can also bring new people to cross our path as well. But with the Judgment card again, you know, sometimes it can be like that great, you know, light bulb, you know, that aha, you know, like there it is. Now you'll know whatever that is for you, because again, that, you know, that can vary many different ways for every single person. So I'm sorry, I'm just trying to generalize it, you know, for the mass public here, because again, you know, we're all different. So, but if you guys have also had any type of health issues, you know, that's very good for health, especially with both of those cards combined. Your health will improve greatly, or it already has. So that's very positive in regards to health. All right, moving on. Near future. King of Wands in reverse. And let me just be clear. For some of you, this could be someone that's coming in. This is your near future. But I am feeling right now that with the majority of you guys, that this could probably be energy that you're going to be channeling, the energy that you're going to be feeling, okay? Now, with the King of Wands in reverse, this is like we have low self-esteem. You know, this can be about us lacking self-confidence. Maybe there could be issues with, you know, lacking, you know, focus for, you know, for getting things done, for following through on, you know, commitments that you've already made. Now, this can also be insecurity. You know, maybe you might be feeling unsure about yourself. Maybe you might be feeling unsure about someone else that's in your life. You know, maybe you might be a little bit pessimistic right now. Maybe you might be really doubtful about things working out. Now, there, you know, feelings of like a short fuse. Like a lot of times we We can feel like we've got a short fuse, which, you know, come on, let's keep it real, Aries. You guys are the first ones to snap and step up, you know, so that rings true. So, and that's okay. That's why I love you guys, because you guys don't hold back. I wish everybody was, you know, so forward and honest and just, boom, laid it on the line, but, you know, to each his own. Now, again, you know, sometimes there can be feelings of just in general feeling inadequate. You know, maybe you feel like things just aren't going to work out. Sometimes we can end up just being so doubtful and feeling uncertain. And, you know, sometimes we can just let everything fall away, you know, our goals and whatnot, and our ambition. Sometimes we can just let it fall away because perhaps we're being too pessimistic, you know, we're lacking self-confidence, we're not following through, maybe we're really scattered, you know, maybe you're doubtful. Now listen, Aries, okay? If this is resonating with you and you know you're having feelings like this, whoo, please stop. I don't want my Aries being all depressed, okay? This does not work for me, and it's not going to work for you either. You need to have confidence. Who's the first in the zodiac? Aries. You guys are a cardinal sign. You're an initiator. You get things moving, okay? We can't get things moving if we're falling into this hole of doubt and uncertainty and feeling inadequate. And no, this just doesn't work for us, okay? You know, if you're feeling like this, stop. Stop. Because it's not true. It is not true. And I challenge you, rise up, Aries. Rise up. Don't let doubt and pessimism and all of that, you know, don't let it get you down. This is the time to rise up, okay? I told you there could be some bumps in the road, and there are. Sometimes we experience setbacks. Sometimes things don't go out the, you know, see, I'm getting all fired up. I can't even speak. So, you know, sometimes things don't work out the way that we planned. You know, sometimes things happen, you know, that come out of left field and are kind of unexpected, you know. Maybe you thought you were able to get something moving and you didn't. But that doesn't mean give up. That means get back up and go forward. Don't allow yourself to fall into this big self-doubt and lacking I don't even want to talk about it anymore. This doesn't work for me and it doesn't work for you. Rise up, Aries. Rise up. You guys are the initiators. You make things happen. Remember that. I believe in you. I need you to believe in yourself. You know, you have a delay, something doesn't work out, then it wasn't meant to. Or it's not meant to happen right now. That doesn't mean that you should just give up or that you should just let things fall away. This is the time to rise up and to keep going. Believe in yourself, because I believe in you and I need you to believe in yourself. Okay? Okay, all right, this explains a lot. So it's clarified by the Hanging Man, but it's in the reverse position now. So this tells me that we're still hanging on to an issue that we need to let go of. Okay? So when the Hanging Man is in the reverse position, this huge change has taken place. Our awareness has changed. Here, the change is beginning, okay? When it's in the reverse, this change has already happened. This is a change of awareness. But with the reverse position here, we're still clinging to the past. We're still clinging to a certain situation, and we need to let go. This lacks surrendering and letting go, whereas up here we are surrendering and letting go. And we have to surrender and let go of the situation that is holding us back. So whatever this represents for you guys, you got to let it go. Maybe you weren't able to achieve something. But don't sit there and hang on to all those negative feelings. Find something different. Find something new. Find someone new. Whatever that may be for you. But ultimately, you know, with the Hanging Man in reverse, this is like we're still trying to act like we're the same person that we was, you know, 6 months ago. It's like we're trying to hang on to our old persona when that's not who we are anymore. Because the shift of awareness has already happened. It's already happened. We can't undo it. But we must let go. And a lot of times we hang on and cling to the past or to our old, you know, image, our old persona out of fear. For some, you might be feeling like, well, you know, if I fully surrender and let go, am I going to be accepted by my family? Am I going to be accepted by my loved ones? Well, I understand that. That's you being untrue to yourself. Well, I admire the fact that you might stop and think about that and you're holding yourself back, but you can't do that. You have to be true to yourself above all else, because only you can do that, Aries. Only you can do that for you. And this awareness change has already happened. You can't go back to that old mentality, to that old image, that person who you used to be, because you are no longer the same person, okay? And we have to let it go. Maybe the very thing we're hanging on to is these negative aspects. Aries, Aries, Aries. Please, 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 be true to yourself. Don't worry about what other people think, because, look, this is how it is. Those people that you may be worried about, that won't like you or won't agree with you when they see how your awareness or how you have changed, if they don't like it, let them find the door, okay? Because we can't live our life trying to please other people and make other people happy all the time, okay? Because the more that we try to focus on other people, which, you know, remember, Libra is the opposite sign, you know, so people pleasing, trying to keep others happy, that's your polar opposite. But we can't always be there. You know, we can't live our life trying to please everybody else and trying to shape ourselves to fit into someone else's box, so to speak, you know. You have to live your life for you, because you don't want to look back and be like, gee, I wish I'd have done this, I wished I'd have done that, I wished I'd done this differently, because maybe I'd be here right now, you know. You have to live for you, okay? You have to be true to yourself, because we don't want to have regrets. Especially because we didn't follow our own truth. And because we didn't make ourselves happy. And we were focused on everybody else. We can't please everybody. And that's just how it is. Now, typically, I don't even have to bring that up because most Aries are on it, you know. This is not an issue for all of you. So this reading is not going to resonate with every single Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And that's okay. But those who this resonates with will receive the messages that they need to receive. But you have to be true to yourself. The awareness has happened. You can't go back. You've been enlightened. That veil has been pulled away from your eyes, so to speak. And you're different now. And people are going to have to accept it, or they can, you know, get over it. That's how it's got to be. You know, but again, you know, to each his own. You guys handle it how you feel is best for you. But trust me when I say that, you know, it's inevitable. You can't avoid it. You can't go back. You know, the awareness shift has already happened. You cannot go back to how you were before, no matter how hard you try. So it's inevitable. We must, you know, surrender. We must let go of that old image of us, that old persona. Sure, not everybody's going to be a fan of who you are and what your personal truth is now. But you have to be true to yourself. That's just you. I'm getting fired up here. I'm okay, moving on. So this would be the attitude card. So this is the Seven of Cups in reverse. This is what I always refer to as the emotional choices wish card. So with this card being in the reverse, this indicates that you have already made an emotional decision, and you made the decision that you feel was best for you, and now you'll move forward. So that's good. So this is how other people will see you. So this is the Five of Swords in reverse. Five of Swords in reverse. This is like someone, you know, who may desire to create conflict. Are you shaking things up a bit, Aries? Are you rocking the boat? Now, for some of you, this could be somebody else in your life that maybe you feel is causing you problems, and then there, you know, someone else could be looking at you like you're creating unnecessary problems. Now, I guess I should mention that sometimes this can come up if we're dealing with some sort of legal issues. It wouldn't be like a huge legal issue, say like small claims court type of legal issue. It's nothing, you know, super major, but still. There's also like a little warning, like, you know, If you win, it could be like an empty victory. Sometimes we win, but it's not what we thought it would be, you know. Plus, we have to be careful of unethical type of victory. Now, another thing that comes up with this card is gossip. So, if you're gossiping about people, Aries, naughty, naughty. You might want to pull back on that. Why create any extra drama or problems we don't need anymore? My personal rule of thumb is don't say anything about anyone to other people if you haven't already said it directly to their face. But I have Mars conjunct my ascendant from the 12th, so I handle that directly, and I don't say anything about anyone that I haven't already said directly to their face. So that's just kind of a good rule, to have, but to each his own. Do whatever you feel is best for you, but do be careful of gossip. Now, for some of you, you may be the object of gossip. So if someone is gossiping about you, when you hear it, just put your truth out there immediately. There's no need to keep banging the same drum, so to speak. Just put it out there, and either people are going to believe or they're not. Whatever, let them think and believe whatever they want, but your truth is your truth. And gossip is just a really nasty thing sometimes, especially if you're the object of the gossip. It can also be pretty hurtful sometimes too. So it's a little something to watch out for, or to be warned of, because you could either be on the receiving end of it or you could be on the giving end of it. So just be careful. So this would be our hopes and fears position. This can also clue us into some subconscious fears, hopes, thoughts. So we have the King of Cups in reverse. So with the King of Cups in reverse, something has occurred. It's almost like he's been provoked emotionally. And so it's definitely an emotional matter at hand. Sometimes this can be, like things in the home life are not working out. Maybe there's some difficulties within the family or within a relationship. But it's, it's like an emotional provoking. And the King of Cups wants to withdraw because he wants to be left alone. And so sometimes we can see someone who may kind of become recluse-like for a little while as they try to find their balance. Now, most of all, when this card comes up like this, what we should do is we need to rise up and face an emotional issue with maturity and with wisdom. But that initial reaction is that we don't want to. So that may or may not resonate with some of you. But just remember, if a situation like this does occur for you, the best way to handle it is to immediately face it, rise up and face it with maturity and wisdom. Now, for our final outcome, we have the Lovers card. So, Now, let me just be clear, not every single Aries, sun, moon, or rising wants to be in a relationship, okay? So, there are plenty of you guys that would want to be in a relationship. But no matter what, the Lover's card is about choices and the decisions that we make. And since the Lover's card is in the upright position, this is about us making the right choices and the right decisions for where we are in our life right now. Yeah. So this is like, just make the right decisions. Now, for some of you, this could be an actual romantic partner that comes onto the scene. You could have a love interest that could arrive, and you might be like, I'd really like to pursue this. And then some of you are going to be like, yo, I don't want anything to do with any relationship, love. So this could be like, for some of you, this could be a new friend that arrives. Maybe this friend might have a business connection, But no matter what, whether it's a platonic type of friendship or, a romantic relationship possibility, no matter what, this is someone that we will have a good bond with, a close bond with. Keep an open mind. Sometimes we can see kindred spirits, so to speak. But another aspect of the Lover's card is, things are equal between the two people. So there's like an equal sharing back and forth. There's cooperation. And there is love, whether that love is platonic or whether it's romantic. For some, this could actually be a business partner that comes in. Maybe this business partner might be a Gemini. Maybe they might have sun, moon, or their rising sign in Gemini. That they don't have to be, but I would say that they might be mercurial. So, it is clarified, wow, okay, by the Faith card. So, the Faith card is also known as the Hierophant. And this is about things that are traditional, things that are orthodox. So this is a card that rules marriage, education, the church, things that are structured. The Faith card, is also got this aspect to it where there can be, trading, kind of like bartering or exchanging a service for money, something like that. It's where things are being exchanged, bartered between, two people or groups of people. For some of you, this could indicate that you could run across someone that's a potential romantic partner or a friend or whatever, perhaps through some sort of educational system, whether it's a college or grammar school, high school, whatever, church, church type activities, get-togethers, things of that nature. Perhaps maybe some of you might have a married friend, and then they have a friend that comes over to visit, and you happen to be there, and maybe you meet someone. This can manifest in many, many different ways. But I like how this card has been renamed in this particular deck, because most of all, you know, this card's like, let's have faith. Faith is important. You see this monk here, he's praying, but he has strong faith because he knows that everything is going to work out. Things will be as they need to be. So have faith. This card is also about conforming. So sometimes we have to conform, like, you know, like in the United States of America, for example, you know, we have rules. I mean, a lot of countries have rules, so, but, you know, USA in particular, we have rules. So we kind of, you know, we have to conform, you know, so that we don't get ourselves into deep trouble. Now, on a much lower scale here, you know, we could look at it as sometimes we'll conform to other people's beliefs, other people's value systems, because we want to make a partnership work or a relationship work. So that's just a possibility that may or may not resonate with you, but I have to say it. Okay, so the bottom of the deck. Okay, bottom of the deck. We have the Knight of Swords in the reverse position. No, excuse me, upright. Boy, I had to pause. I had to sneeze something horrible. I'm just glad I was able to hit pause in time. Oh, I could edit it out, but you know. Sorry, full disclosure, you know. I don't care. I just didn't want you guys to have to hear that thing. Ugh. Okay. So the Knight of Swords. So a lot of times I tend to associate this knight as a Gemini. This is someone that would be quick-witted, so to speak. Now, this is definitely a fast-moving knight, but this is a knight that comes in, you know, sometimes this energy can be a bit pushy because it's like, this energy is a mover and a shaker, kind of like you guys, Aries. But, you know, this energy comes in because it's like, hey, we need to get things moving. We need to get moving forward. We can't be dilly-dallying around. You know, we can't be twiddling our thumbs. We have to get things moving. We have to get things in order. You know, this knight, he has this sword. A little hard to see in this particular card, but he's holding his sword. This knight is all about getting to the truth of the matter. So this card is very much about getting to the truth. Now, this is also the type of energy of where, you know, you might defend the underdog, so to speak. But no matter what, you know, this is like you're being forewarned, you know. And forewarned is, you know, forearmed. So we need to be alert and we need to be ready for action because we have to get things moving. We can't, you know, just sit back and fall prey to the, you know, insecurity, the doubt, and all of that. No, we have to get things moving. And we also have to be on the lookout, you know, for certain situations that could occur. But no matter what, you know, this is about getting the truth of the matter out. This is the type of person that, you know, if they see something going on, you know, that is just wrong, you know, for instance, you know, someone of this character, they could see a bunch of kids bullying another child. Well, this will be the type of person that will literally go over there and insert themselves and say, hey, this is absolutely wrong. Stop, you know. That's the type of energy this is. If something is wrong, they're going to say something. But we need to be ready for these types of situations. And again, you know, the Knight's like, hey, move, move, move. Okay, so it's clarified by the Seven of Wands in reverse. So the Seven of Wands is like we've taken a bit of a defensive stance against, you know, potential opposing people, opposing wands possibly. So now this is a card of stiff competition. Sometimes this competition could be in your business life or it could be in your personal life. But when this card is in reverse, the competition is nowhere near as stiff as what it may have been perceived as. Sometimes this could be someone who could potentially be like, you know, oh, I'm going to get this job. You think you're going to get this job? No, I'm going to get this job. I've got this experience, that experience, blase, blase. You know, so they may make themselves out to be so much more than what they really are. And then you're thinking, oh God, I'm up against some serious stiff competition. No, you're not. No, you're not. But this Knight is here saying, you got to move. You got to take action. Take action. Personal matters or business, okay? That's what this is. And the Knight's saying, take action. Don't dilly-dally. Don't sit there and keep twiddling thumbs. The time is now for action. You got to be prepared. And don't be afraid. You know, some people can be super catty. You know, some people can, you know, even potentially make threats. You know. But don't worry about it, because guess what? In the end, you win. So, tell them to stick that in their juice box and suck it up. Alright. Keep your head up, Aries. Some of you may notice that watch my readings every month. I don't have the Love Oracle cards out. And I'm not going to do them this month, but hey, if you want to see the Love Oracle readings, you know, just drop a comment below and let me know that you want the Oracle cards. I don't tend to focus on love readings when I do my free monthly readings. Most of you who watch my readings faithfully know this. I just pull a couple cards and, you know, it is what it is, you know, but I tend to want to put most of my focus right here because this is the important part to me. So, but I have no issue with continuing if that is what most people want. So, you know, if you want to see the Love Oracle cards come back, you know, please just drop a comment below and let me know. And, you know, if the response is overwhelming, then yeah, I will bring them back. But, you know, I don't tend to specialize, you know, on that part. I can do Love Oracle readings, you know, that are much more extensive, you know, if you want to order a reading. But I just figured I'd try a month without them, you know, for the free monthly readings, because they're kind of basic anyway. And I'm not trying to push the whole twin flame agenda, no offense to anyone. So, keep your head up. Be true to yourself, okay? Be true to yourself. Make the right decisions for where you are and for your situations. And, you know, don't get down on yourself if you hit some bumps in the road, okay? Because your goal will be achieved. It's going to be achieved. So keep that head up. Rise up. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. I love you guys. I'm sending you blessings of healing, prosperity, and love.